Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you? Thank you for taking your time to watch this session with me, Muhammad Zaki Ramli, the founder of Proofreaders United, and I'm also an experienced editor, proofreader, and also a professional translator. Okay, in case this is the first time ever you watch this session with Proof Designated, for your information, Proof Designated is doing our best to appear for free each and every week in 2023 to share with you about all things regarding editing, proofreading, and translation. This is the fifth session since 2023, and you may watch our first four sessions earlier, which you can find in the YouTube channel of Proofreaders United. Okay, so in case what I'll be sharing today is too alien to you, it may be because you do not know much about using tracking tools on Microsoft Word. Okay, so it's best for you to go to the YouTube channel of Proofreaders United and then watch the session that has been delivered earlier this year in January 2023. Okay. Also, in the last two sessions, I focused on delivering a topic on translation. Okay. And for this time, I get back to discussing a topic on editing. Okay, the thing is, in the first two sessions, I focused on the on-screen editing basics, the basics of on-screen editing, so you can get better idea about the tools and also the displays on Microsoft Word when we use when we do on-screen editing. So what we will be doing today is to use the knowledge that we have already shared in the first two sessions to be used today lah. Okay, and then we focus specifically on editing and abstract, and that's why we put the title for this session today, for the fifth session this year, editing and abstract. This one. Editing and abstract. What you need to know. Okay, I would like to say that this session or today is not going to be exhaustive. Okay, because I'll be sharing quite a few important points, especially on the common mistakes and how we can go about the mistakes to make it better, to improve the mistakes, to ensure that that kind of mistake can be corrected, and so that we will not be doing the same mistakes in our abstracts that we will be sending to reviewer, sending to journals, and possibly to our supervisor and many more. Okay. Okay, so I'll be using only the published document that we will be checking today. Okay, the thing is, in Proofreaders United, we are really strict about showing our clients' document. In other words, we do not share any documents from our client, especially those that are not yet published. Okay. In fact, if the documents are published and the client still do not want the document to be featured in any of our social media, we will not be doing so. But what we will do today is to show published abstracts, and I will not be telling whether the abstracts have been edited or proofread by any of the freelancers of Proofreaders United. Okay, okay. So let me show you present share screen, and then entire screen. It will be easier and share. Okay, I believe now you are seeing my Mendeley. Okay, Mendeley. So for information, I am still doing my PhD, and the PhD is related to preschool students caries prevalence. Okay, caries. That's why you will be seeing a lot of the words caries and preschool children, and I'll be using and checking the abstracts of those published abstracts that are available in my Mendeley. Okay, let us start. Okay, let us start. Okay, uh, let's find an abstract to be checked, and then we'll find any ways where we can improve the abstract. And by the word improve, I mean edit the abstract. Okay, since my study is related to preschool children, I would like to find articles with the keyword preschool children, and let's see this first one article and immediately go to the abstract. It's a paper by Pakashal uh, et al. Okay, about the pronunciation of et al. Okay, okay, I know that many of us may confuse it with et al. Okay, because the spelling is at etal, right? Okay, etal. Okay, let me write that down. Uh, for example, Zaki et al. 2023. Okay, you'll be listening a lot from me. I'll be using the pronunciation of et al. Instead of et al. Okay, I know that there are memes out there that use that gives the idea that as if the pronunciation of this et space et al or al uh, to be at all, but actually the correct pronunciation for this is at L, not at all. Okay, to prove that, okay, it's best to prove what I say lah kan. We can at L pronunciation. Okay, I think, okay, let me stop sharing and then I reshare, but I make sure the sound is okay. Share tab audio, entire screen. Share system audio. I'll be sharing my system audio. That means whatever I'm listening, you'll be listening as well. Okay. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, okay, I was listening to the podcast earlier. Okay. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions about what we are discussing now, you can always put your comment down there. Okay, okay. So how to pronounce at etal? Okay, let's.
We are looking at how to pronounce this abbreviation used in academic citations and papers when referring to a source with multiple authors. It comes from Latin and is short for the Latin term et alia. How do you say it? Et al. Et al. For et alia. Et al. Pretty straightforward once you know et al. And now you know. Here are more videos on how to
Oh,
pronounce
etal.
more interesting
Etal.
phrases and expressions from
Etal.
Latin commonly used.
I learned somewhere it should be at L. Why now it's al? Okay,
We are looking at what is the meaning of this
video.
abbreviation and how to pronounce.
Let's find another source. Well, how about this one?
Et al. Et al.
Et al.
Et al.
Et
One
al.
and others. To and elsewhere. Latin et alibi adv et al. It plus al.
Okay, et al. Okay, in fact, I've I must be learning from the wrong source, or maybe previously. But never mind. As long as now I together with you now, I'm wrong, and also some of us are also wrong. The correct pronunciation is not at all or et al. As I said earlier, it's et al. Okay, et al. Okay, et al. Okay, Zaki. Now, while delivering this session, I also learned something new, interesting, very interesting. So it should be Zaki et al. Et al. Okay, not at all, right? No. So after this, if our friends say, "Hey, why do you say et al. Et al. Et al." You can explain to them that there is no confusion about this pronunciation for the et al, et. But for al, we can now correct. Even I must have to correct my pronunciation for that. It should be at al. It's not l. It's not all. Okay. Why? Okay. Let me tell you why. Because at it's the one whole word. But for Alia, al, it comes from it's the a short form of Alia. That's why we pronounce that as Alia, and then we insert al. Now I get better idea on about how to pronounce this at al, at al, at al, at al. Okay, so we do not only learn about editing, we also learn about pronunciation. Pronunciation. Okay, it's not pronouns. No, it's pronunciation. Okay. Uh, the more we learn about pronunciation, the more we are comfortable and confident about our English. I'm not an English native speaker of English, but I'm learning. That's why when I found mistakes, I can always correct myself, even in this session itself. Okay. Okay. So let's get back to our Mendeley. Okay. Okay. If in case Mina Pakisal or Dr. Mina Pakisal is watching this session, I hope I pronounce your name correctly. And let's check this abstract and find ways on how we can improve the abstract even more. Okay. The thing about a published document is that it has gone through many rounds of checking from many people, including the authors, of course, the editors of the journal, and also, of course, the reviewers of the article. And then, although we have all those people reading, checking the same document, sometimes I still can find parts where we can improve the abstract. What more about the whole content? But for today, we focus on the abstract only. Because why? Sometimes I wonder why this kind of abstract there are I would say need a lot of improvement is still accepted by a reputable journal to be published. There must be some mistake somewhere, something wrong somewhere. But yeah, it's since a lot of people take, or possibly it's because they think that a lot of people have seen the document and then they take it lightly about checking the document. This is especially if the document is is not checked by an independent proofreader who has no idea about the content of the document. Sometimes they use among the authors to proofread the document. The same author who write the document, it's the same team, the same person who proofread the document. So consequently, mistakes are still left in the document, and then the same mistakes are not noticed and corrected by the reviewer, and then after possibly rounds of reviewing also, the same mistakes are still not being noticed by the by any of them. That's why it's best to find an independent proofreader who has no idea at all about the content of the document. So the chance of them missing, refers to the proofreader, to miss any of the mistakes is lower. I would not want to say the proofreader will be perfectly checking the document and the result after the proofreading is 100% free from error. I would not want to go to the extent. Okay, but what I would better put it is that proofreader will help to reduce the number of mistakes in the document, although many other people have seen the document. Okay, and another thing that I would like to point out in this session is that sometimes it's not a matter of whether you are right or wrong. It's a matter of preference by one person to another. Okay, what is right, what is preferred, not to say right, what is preferred by a person might not be preferred by another. Okay, and if it's this kind of issue where we need to consider about one's preference, we have to open our mind and open our heart to just accept their preference as it is, as long as the document is well understood by the reader. That's good enough. Sometimes we do not have to deal so much about this kind of preference issue, but sometimes some people really take it heavily, not lightly, and even take it to the heart, and then in the end a small matter becomes a big matter. But it's best not to go to that extent, but sometimes that is what happened. That is what happened when we deal with proofreader, because their way of thinking is that they also have their preference in checking, in making their work, in doing their work. And as long as they can, the proofreader can justify their work, why they put the or make such changes in our document. Our means we as the writer and they as the proofreader. As long as they can justify and explain why such changes are made in the document, and we can accept the justification, and then we can just agree with the proofreader's preference. Possibly it's just a matter of the proofreader's preference. However, it's then back to our document. Usually, when you are the one who is paying for the proofreader's service, but then you still do not agree with the proofreader's justification, you can always say no and then ask the proofreader uh, to return to the original form of the document. Okay, for example, let me give you some example while discussing this with you during the session. Okay, however, please take note, if that is the case, the proofreader will not be responsible anymore if such changes are not agreed by you. Okay, that's why it's best to always discuss with your proofreader if you find the changes made by the proofreader is not agreeable. Okay, the main point here is communication with your proofreader. Make sure that you have good communication with your proofreader. Some service like Proofreaders United, we do not specifically allow proofreader and client to have direct communication, but we can always negotiate to arrange direct communication, but with the presence of a representative from Proofreaders United. Because why? Because usually in many cases, in fact, more than 95% uh, of the cases or the jobs that we usually finish and complete, there is no discussion between the proofreader. I mean, direct discussion, direct communication between the proofreader and the client. In fact, if they need to discuss, it can be done via email and also via the document that the proofreader is working on. Okay, because why? Usually, since our proofreaders are professional, are really proficient in their job, the changes made by the proofreaders are well accepted. But sometimes, very minor cases, very number of cases, um, the client needs some justification, explanation about the changes made by the proofreader. Okay, so this kind of arrangement, this kind of discussion, communication is needed so that all parties involved in the dealing will be happy with the result of the proofread document. Mm. Okay, we are still here. We have not started editing any sentence yet. Okay, let us. How long have I been talking? Okay, I target this session to be like 1 hour only. Okay, based on here, 25, 21 minutes. I hope I will not take longer than 60 minutes. Okay. Okay, so let's go one by one, sentence by sentence. Okay, in this kind of abstract, this is called structured abstract, where each of the section of the abstract is given a title. For example, this section, the first section is called background, followed by methods, followed by result, conclusion, and the last part is the keyword. Okay, there is also another kind of abstract where it's not sectioned. So we will not be seeing this heading or title for the section. Okay, so it will be just one paragraph without any headings, and we as the reader for the article or for the abstract need to identify the parts or the points in the abstract ourselves. So there are pros and cons in writing abstract this way, like this one that we are seeing now, and also the abstract without any sections is not being sectioned. Um, in case of this kind of abstract, okay, we whether we like it or not, we have to sacrifice sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 words to be added in the abstract, while sometimes some abstracts need a little bit more number of words to be added, while although the journal has set the maximum number of words in the abstract to be like, for example, 300, 250. So if we have this kind of abstract, we have to sacrifice 4 words already. Okay, while if there is no such a need for us to put the title or heading for each section, so we can save at least 4 words there. Okay, about saving words or saving the quota, okay, in the abstract, an abstract should be as concise as possible, so that it delivers the meaning that we want to deliver, but in as much concise as possible way. Okay, and also, if possible, in this abstract, possibly we will try to find possibly ways where we can help to reduce the number of words in the abstract. Okay, in order to do that, so we can learn better. Okay, let me copy this whole abstract to our. Okay, so this is the whole abstract. Okay, in one page, and we have 204 words, including the key words. Okay, for example, for this one, it should not be like this. And how about others? Okay, so it's now 203 words. Okay, abstract background. So let's see sentence by sentence and find a way on how we can improve this the abstract better, language presentation wise. Okay. As for background, childhood dental caries can affect the children's and their parents' oral health related quality of life. Okay. The aim of the present study was to evaluate the impact of oral and dental health conditions on the oral health related quality of life. Okay, let me highlight this and this one also. In preschool children and their parents, methods in descriptive analytical cross-sectional study samples were selected from children 3 6 years old enrolled in licensed kindergartens, proportional elevation sampling. Then the parents of the children were asked to complete the early childhood oral health impact scale. Okay, very long name, 6 words already there. Results in the study. Okay, 350 children aged 3 to 6 years old. Okay, were evaluated with a mean age of 473. Okay, I would like to stop there because why? I found. Okay, let me see. Okay, can you see this very long phrase is repeated 3 times, and the number of words here is one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Review what what's 5. Okay, what's 5? I wonder whether health letter is 1 word or 2 words. So based on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words already. Okay, why don't as a person who is doing research on this topic, I actually know that this word or this phrase can be abbreviated to or call or call. So why don't we save a lot of space, or we can save a lot of quota over here by not repeating these words up to 3 times. Okay, here and also where again it's repeated. Okay, it's here. Okay, so why don't we just use the abbreviation or call? Or this one? I better put the changes like this. Or call. And this one also or call. Now, for this, it was 202 or 203 just now. Now it's 196. We have saved some number of words over there already, like 6 words. These 6 words may be very useful if we can add more points, in more important points that can attract the readers, attract the reviewers' attention to decide that this article is interesting. But I'm not really sure why this article or the authors of the article did not use the abbreviation, although actually in the field of pediatric dentistry, actually the term orcol is quite not to say famous, but widely used lah, widely used. Okay, okay. So the main point here is when writing an abstract, we should consider about how we can save the number of words, and one of the ways is by using abbreviation. Okay, not to say as many as possible, but as needed as possible. Okay. Okay. In terms of language, so far so good. Okay. What's the impact of? Okay, I wonder impact over here again as a person who knows this topic. Usually the impact is not one, so I believe it should be impacts of oral and dental health conditions. Okay. On the or call in preschool children and their parents. Again, I would like to. This is I would not like to discuss this too much because we are supposed to focus on the language issue only because we are working on this as a proofreader. Okay, but as a person who is doing this kind of study for my PhD, I would like to know why oral and dental should appear both here. Why don't we just focus on either one? Because usually when we talk about oral health, we are also talking about dental health. But yeah, just leave it like that lah. Okay, this is more about the content issue. But we can always highlight this issue. Okay, for example, I would like to suggest any of these two words be deleted. Either dental or oral to make the sentence more concise. Okay, as a person who is working on the language checking, if we have some issue regarding the content, we have to put it in a way we suggest the change, not we impose the change must be put there. You have to listen to me. No. Okay. This kind of issue is more on the content instead of the language. So it's best to highlight the issue first, and then we decide the client to agree with us or just to ignore what we have suggested. Okay, at least as a proofreader who is working on the document, we have forwarded our concern on any part of the document that we can notice, that we can think of. Sometimes there are issues in the document, but we somehow we did not notice that kind of issue. Yeah, it's just not our luck to notice that kind of issue. But through experience, by time from time to time, by practice, we will get there to a point where it's very easy for us to find mistakes because we have been working with a lot of documents. Okay, okay. For this one, I'll just post the comment. Okay, in case you are not sure why Zaki, what's the red thing, what's this box thing, you can always watch the first two sessions that have been delivered in January 2023 so that you can learn about on-screen editing, the basics of on-screen editing. Okay. Methods in this descriptive analytical cross-sectional study, samples were selected from children 3 to 6 years old enrolled in licensed kindergartens using proportional allocation sampling. Then, okay. I would like to touch here a bit. Okay. Okay. Usually, what we can do is to change this to n dash. Okay, n dash. Where is the n dash? Over here. Insert symbol, more symbols. Special characters, we have m dash, we have n dash. For this one, it's best to use and dash. Okay. Okay, there are two ways, whether we double click on the option or we can click on the insert. Just now I clicked twice on my mouse, and that's why we can already see here the word to has been deleted, and the end dash is replacing the word to. Close. Okay. Now it's 195. Okay. If I still put the word to over there, it's 196. That means by just changing from the word to and dash, we can save one word. Okay, actually it's not only one word, because just now I can also see that this phrase is repeated twice. Okay, 3 to 6. Yes, so for this one, we can always change it to be like this. Okay, like that. So now it's 194. We have saved another one word. Okay. Okay, Zaki, what's the matter with all these M dash and dash? Okay, actually, okay. Grammarbook.com, grammarbook and dash. Okay, grammar book and dash. Okay, this is my usual reference when it comes to grammar, punctuation, because this is where I learn about the using M dash and dash and N dash. As for specifying to, okay, we have to use N dash, okay, N dash. And M. Okay, we skip M dashes. We are looking for the N dash. Okay, which one? Okay, this one. N dashes are shorter than M dashes and longer than hyphens. Okay, it's in the middle. M dash, the longest, N dash, the middle, and hyphen, the shortest one lah. Okay, like hyphens, they can be used for number ranges. Okay, I would like to stress on the word can be used. Okay, see rule 6. Okay, of hyphens between words. Okay, for example, the student council will meet Thursday the 3:15 until or 3:45 p.m. Okay, this is about ranges. All these are and dashes. So that's why okay, we expect 300 to 322 people at the reception. Okay, so that's why just now I changed from the word to this and dash to save the number of words in the abstract, so that you can use the balance, the remaining words for other important point to be highlighted to attract your reviewers' attention to accept your article to be published in the journal. Okay, I'm just highlighting the ways on how we can save the number of words without not to say without, by saving the number of words. Okay, just now it's about using abbreviations, and another way is by using punctuation. Okay. Yes, enrolled in licensed kindergartens using proportional allocation sampling. Language-wise, so far so good. Then the parents of the children. Okay, not to say it's wrong here, but why don't we save the number of words over there if that's the main issue? The children's parents. Okay, now it's 192. Earlier it was 194. So we have saved another 2 words. The children's parents were asked to complete. I did not say that it was wrong grammatically. I just say that how we can save the number of words. because as I said earlier, an abstract should be as concise as possible. So that's why we find ways on how we can improve the abstract in terms of language and in terms of conciseness. Okay. The children's parents were asked to complete the early childhood oral health impact scale. Okay, so this abbreviation is used here and it's repeated how many times? 3 times. So as for this EcoHis, the authors of this article knows how to use abbreviation. I wonder why for ORCAL they did not use the abbreviation ORCAL. Interesting. Okay, next results. In this study, 350 children aged uh, 3 to 6 years were evaluated. Okay, I wonder why here you put old, but here you did not put old. Okay, so from children 3 to 5 years aged. Okay, maybe possibly because here they did not use the word age. Okay, fine. While here there is the word aged. Okay, were evaluated with a mean age of 4.73 years. Okay, the mean DMFT index, decade missed and field this was 3.94. Okay, interesting. I would like to highlight this issue. Do you see that it's not to say it's wrong? Again, it's a matter, possibly it's about preference, and it can also be about presentation. Presentation, okay? Do you see that? Do you see that we have to see this appearance of the mathematical presentation or expression to be in different lines. Okay, although they are best and better be expressed in a line so that we know that, oh, this is actually the mean and also the standard deviation. Or in case it's really a big matter for you to make it appear in one line, you can always actually put this thing called okay, I forgot the name of the thing, but it's here. Yes, non-breaking space over here, non-breaking space. What does it mean? Okay, let me demonstrate it to you. Now, this space is present here that makes these mean and standard deviation appears in different lines. They are broken. Okay, we can always make it to appear together. How? Okay, let me demonstrate it to you. We highlight the space. And then on our keyboard, we press Shift, Control, and Space bar. Now we can see that earlier 3.94 appears here, but now it appears in the same line with the standard deviation 4.17. Okay, it's best also to replace this space with a non-breaking space as well. Again, on our keyboard, after we have highlighted the space, we replace this breaking space with non-breaking space. So it will be like this. So the effect of changing the second space to be non-breaking is not really clear, but let me demonstrate it to you. If I change this to be non-breaking, okay, and then you can see that this is still broken, but once I put this to be non-breaking space, they appear together. And for example, okay, let me demonstrate it to you. Okay, you will find that these 3 point, I'm actually pressing key, space bar. Okay, you will see that they will not be broken. This 3.94 plus minus 4.17 will not be broken at all. Okay, like this. Because why? Because this space and this another one space are actually non-breaking space. So we will not be seeing that to be broken anywhere. Like this one. Now, this is broken. This one is broken, this one is broken. So once I change this space to be a non-breaking space, this also will not be appearing to be broken anywhere. It will always be together like that. Okay. I'm pressing the space bar. You will not be seeing that to be broken at all. Because why? We have changed the space next to the plus minus symbol to be non-breaking. Okay, that's about using non-breaking. Okay, maybe it's something new. If this is new to you, can you comment? Can you comment? Wow, Zaki, I learned something new today. Thank you. Things like that. Okay, so this one also we can change to a non-breaking space. So we will always have the expression of mean plus minus the standard deviation to always be in the same line. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's about non-breaking space. I would like to move on. The mean, I actually have some issue over here. Usually what we do is instead of immediately putting this abbreviation over here, we actually have to spell out the full name of the phrase instead of putting the abbreviation first, only then the full name. But somehow the author of this article or the abstract decided to put the abbreviation first. Okay, if I am the editor or the proofreader for this abstract, I will change this to be like this. The MFT. Okay, over here, decay. Delete the bracket. Put the bracket for the abbreviation and to be like that. Okay. But again, I would not like to say that the authors were wrong. I would like to say that if I am the author, not to say I am the editor, proofreader for the abstract. This is how I will improve it. But if I am the writer for the abstract, this is exactly what I will decide to write for the expression of decayed, missed, and filled teeth. Okay. So you can see D for D, decayed for D, missed for M, F for filled, T for teeth. Okay. The mean score of our call was 11 point blah blah blah, which I think it should be with 9 point blah 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 belonged. See, even published abstract also has some parts where we can improve it. Okay, I would not like to use the word wrong. Sometimes some people find it offensive, uneasy to accept. So I would like to say we can improve it this way. Okay, with 9 point blah 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 over here belong to the impact on children, and 2.52 blah 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 over here to parents impact. So you can see that there are two impacts here. That's why earlier I said about this should be impacts, because we are talking about not one impact only. Okay, so based on that, I can justify why I put S over here to change the noun from singular noun to a plural noun. Okay, conclusions. Okay, sometimes, okay, uh, the sentence in the conclusion is only one. Okay, that's why once I read the word conclusions here, I immediately count the number of sentences in the conclusions. Since there are two sentences here, so I guess the use of this plural noun is acceptable. Okay. But if the sentence is only one, but then the point is also one, okay, it's best to just use the word conclusion without the s, because why? Because sometimes it's still one sentence, and there are at least 2 points in that one sentence. But so that's why we have to be really careful. It's not only about the number of sentences in the conclusion, but it's also about the points in the conclusions, because we are not actually saying how many words, how many sentences in the conclusion, but how many conclusions that have been drawn from the study, summarized into the conclusions. Okay, the mean score of EcoHis increased with the DMFT index. What does it mean here? The mean score of EcoHis increased with the DMFT index. Oh, okay. I think the increase in okay, just now I was confused about the meaning. In children, yeah, I know. I am adding one more word over there, but then earlier I have said much more than that. Okay, just to make sure that the sentence is immediately understandable. Just now I was just, what does it mean? Okay, but now I think the expression of the sentence here is easier to be understood. Although we can further discuss, some people do not like to see two same words appearing too close together like this one. There is in here, and then quite immediately after that we can also see the word in over there. But okay, yeah, I just put it like that lah. Okay, increase with increase in the empty index in children, okay, indicating a significant relationship between the BMFD and EcoHis score. Okay, what does it mean by the increase indicate significant relationship? Okay, I am quite not to say confused, but I would like to learn more about this. So what I would like to do, if I have to read the rest of this the article for proofreading purpose, I would like to know what does it mean by this sentence. Maybe it can be rewritten better so that this sentence can be understood more immediately, instead of having to take time to digest the meaning behind the conclusion, or the concluding remark arranged in a sentence like this. Okay, a significant relationship between the DMFT and EcoHiscom. Okay, so in that case, I'll just put my comment over here. Clear IV. So this is my usual practice for parts that I am not really sure. I'll put a comment and put KIV over there so that I can get back to that after I've got better idea about the rest of the article. Okay, maybe it was just a matter of I did not get better idea about the point in the article yet. That's why I'm still confused. That's why reading the whole sentence or the whole text is best before we can decide what's best can be done for the abstract. Okay, and we have come to the last sentence in the abstract. These outcomes can be used. Outcomes. How many outcomes do you have? Okay, and these outcomes can be used as proper resources to develop preventive policies and promote oral health in young children. Okay, I don't have conclusion. This is the conclusion, and then this is more of like the recommendation. Okay, so the keywords are quality of life, oral health, child, parents. Okay, I have quite issue over there, especially when oral health is with small h here, but oral health, maybe that's how it should be. Okay, it's quite consistent over there. In case this L is capital but this H is small, then there is some problem. But since it's quite over there, although I am questioning why must all these letters be capital. Okay, just agree to be like that lah, because the issue is not really, so just leave it like that. Okay, so that's basically it about this abstract. So what we have learned is about using abbreviation to save some number of words, and then if we have any issues about the content of the article, we have to put comment like this, and also using punctuations to save the number of words, and also we can rephrase some phrases to save number of words. And yeah, there are a few others that we have already touched, especially for this one is on the using n dash and n dash, and we have also touched on m dash. You can read a lot more about m dash versus m dash on the grammarbook.com portal that I shared earlier. And yeah, there are a few others that we have touched over here with regard to the content, where we have to read the whole document so that we can help the sentence better. Okay, that's basically a few points that I would like to highlight when we edit and abstract. So, what do you think? Have you learned anything new in our session today? Well, it's already 57 minutes that I have done this session, so we are reaching to the end part of the session. Thank you for watching, but I would like to share one small thing about the next session with Professor United, where we'll have these designing effective questionnaires for your analysis with Dr. Azim Azwan from University Malaysia Pahang, UMP, where the session will be delivered in this coming Saturday, 4th February from at 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. My stuff is not doing well over here. I'm sorry about that. There should not be a space there. But I'm really sorry about that. But so see you in the session. If you are interested to register to the session, you can always WhatsApp us. Okay, the one is in bahasa. Okay, but you can still get the idea that the WhatsApp number of ours is 013-511-703. Okay, so see you in the next session. I wish you all the best and thank you for watching this session. If you have any questions, just leave your comment and do not forget to follow us on Facebook and also YouTube. Okay, have a good day.